Welcome back to Robin's Kitchen. Today we're going to make a romantic dinner for two for under $30. Welcome back to Robin's Kitchen. I know why you're here. You're here for a romantic dinner for two under $30 with poultry, seafood, salad, everything. So the first thing we're going to do is assemble our salad. So right now I'm in my prep clothes because most of this stuff I'm going to transport because my baby's down by the Gulf of Mexico, so that's like 45 minutes away. And so I'm just going to, for work, so I'm just going to prep all this. And the only thing I'm going to cook down there is the pasta. So when you see me when I cook the pasta, I'm going to be cute. But right now it's time to prep and package, and it is so simple. So the salad here that we're making, including the dressing, is $5 for everything. Salad, dressing. You guys go to the little fast food places and pay $7 for a little salad. This is a big salad full of colorful ingredients. My baby does not like tomatoes, so I still wanted something red, so we're going to use a red bell pepper. But let me show you what we have here. I have an English cucumber, red bell pepper, orange bell pepper, green bell pepper, a red onion, and I roasted some eggplant. So with the eggplant, what I did is I peeled the eggplant, sliced it in 1-inch slices, put a little olive oil, salt and pepper, put it under the broiler, 5 minutes each side, and I chopped it up. So first thing, we're going to put all of our veggies in here. Oh shoot, stuff flying everywhere. So all of our veggies will go in here, and then we're also going to add our eggplant. See our eggplant's in there. Woo, nice and roasted. Look at that, it's gonna come out. It's sticky. This is real life. Our eggplant, so everything's in there. We're gonna come back and make our... Okay, now that we've made our colorful salad, let's make our dressing. So this Greek dressing was about $2 to make. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna use 1/3 cup of plain Greek yogurt, plain. Now I'm gonna add about 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. And then we're gonna add about a quarter to 1/3 cup of oil to this dressing. And the only thing I had to buy really was the Greek yogurt and the shallot. The shallot was 69 cents and the Greek yogurt was 99 cents. And then, I had to buy dill, but when you get dill, you'll get like a bunch of dill, like $1.79 for a bunch, and you can use it for your chicken, your salad dressing, all those different things. So you can use it for different recipes. And I only needed a little bit of the dill, but I can use it in different recipes. I'm adding dry parsley because I already had it in my cabinet. So we added that parsley there. And now we're going to add our minced shallot, I'm sorry. 2 garlic cloves minced, and then 2 tablespoons of dill. I would suggest that you add honey because this is very tart. So if you want to add honey, about a tablespoon of raw honey will offset that tartness, but it won't be sweet. It'll just offset that real tart flavor from the Greek yogurt and the lemon juice. And so now we're going to add our salt, and you're going to taste it, make sure it's to your liking. I had to add a little bit more salt because it was like heavy on lemon. So now I'm making the compound butter for my chicken. I used 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter. This is butter I already had in my refrigerator. Make sure it's unsalted. If you're using salted butter, then you're not going to use salt in this recipe if you're using salted butter. We want to control the salt. And now I'm adding fresh rosemary and fresh thyme. Again, I buy it in bunches and I can use it for multiple recipes. And then we're going to add our parsley here and our black pepper. And then I add smoked paprika. If you don't have paprika, don't buy it. I just added it for color. And then our salt. So if you're using salted butter, then watch how much salt you put in this compound butter because you don't want it too salty. So I'm going to mix until it's to the desired consistency. So now I'm just going to put about a tablespoon of oil. So this is 3 chicken quarters. I bought the chicken quarters for $3.50 at my local grocery store. The compound butter, I would say, is about $2.50 for the compound butter. So very inexpensive. So we're going to rub that chicken skin with the butter. We're going to put the butter under the skin as well. You want flavor all throughout the chicken. So under the skin, on top of the skin, that stick and a half of butter is going to do you justice. If you want to do a whole bird, that same mixture can, grease up a whole bird. So yeah, so we're using this. It keeps the chicken moist, full of flavor. It's going to be delightful. And then that butter is going to melt on your veggies. Assembling the chicken was simple. And so my chicken has been sitting out for about 15 minutes. So this is the butter herb chicken with all the herbs, butter. I put a little bit of more of the smoked paprika on the top for color. So I have my roasting pan here. I know you're like, Robin, these are just chicken quarters. Look, I want my skin to be crispy. So I'm gonna roast these here, package them up in foil, and take them with me. But at the bottom of the pan, let me tell you what I found for $1. A whole box of bell mushrooms. They're called baby bell, whatever, mushrooms. So I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the roasting pan. I'm gonna remove this. So I have this. I got onions, fresh herbs, garlic. So all of that is gonna go at the bottom. So I have a whole white onion. I have about 6 cloves of garlic. All this is gonna go at the bottom because what's gonna happen is when that butter melts, it's gonna drip on all these veggies and then roast them. So we'll have, we're gonna have a twofer, right? So now we're gonna get our chicken and we're just going to put it on top of the rack here. And I have my oven preheated at 400. You can cook between 375 and 400. 375 and 425. I have 400. Look at all that butter. If you don't have butter, you can also use just olive oil, right? So I'm using what I had already in the refrigerator. So that's what saved on cost. And I used unsalted butter. So I don't want to waste none of this butter. Look at this chicken, and it's under the skin. You got to get in there, okay? Seasoned and buttered. So this is going to go in the oven about 40 minutes until everything is done and has an internal temperature. I don't want to get it wrong, of 165. Yes, internal temperature of 165, because you do not want to serve raw chicken. So I want my skin to be crispy, the meat to be juicy and flavorful, and like I said, it's gonna go in the oven. You can also, I don't want to get dirty hands on my bottle, but let me wash my hands real quick. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make sure everything is spot on. Okay, so what I'm gonna also do is put a little bit of chicken broth at the bottom of the pan. Just a little bit. I don't want a lot, just a little bit. So I'm gonna use some of this chicken broth for our lemon caper sauce for our shrimp. So I don't wanna use too much. But at the bottom, and all that steam is gonna come up. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. So I have this, it's gonna go in my oven, 400. I'm gonna check after about 20 minutes, see what, how much longer it takes. And make sure your internal temperature is 165. And then we just wanna make sure our skin is nice and crispy and the meat is tender and juicy. So I'll see you in a little bit. Here is the chicken. It is looking good. That skin is looking crispy. I tasted one of the mushrooms. It was divine. So we're gonna let it cook a few more minutes, but look how it's looking, you guys. I raised the temperature to 425, and so I'm gonna let that skin get nice and crispy, and it's gonna rest for a while, and we're gonna be good to go. Okay, so now it's time to package our chicken. It's already took the rack out, but look at this chicken here. Look, it looks divine, right? So I'm gonna put this chicken here. I'm gonna put it in foil. So I already put my other chicken in foil, and I'm gonna keep it warm until it's time to leave. So most of the stuff is done. This takes the longest. This was 45 minutes, right? The salad, how long did that take? 5 minutes? If that, I don't think it took 5 minutes, it took 2 minutes, right? So this takes the longest time, the chicken. And we're gonna keep this in the oven till warm until it's time for me to leave. And then once I get down to the Gulf, I'm gonna make the pasta. And you know, pasta, how long does that take to cook? 7 minutes. Shrimp, 2 minutes. So look at this beautiful dinner for less than 60 minutes, right? So like I said, the chicken takes the longest to prepare. And I'm gonna wrap this up. We got the mushrooms, the onions, the garlic. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna keep it warm in the oven until it's time for me to go. So here's our chicken pack. To prepare our shrimp and pasta, in the pot to the left, I have a pot full of salted water. I'm going to cook my linguine noodles in it. I'm going to cook a half a pack of linguine since it's only us two. And so the pot right in front of us, I have a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. And I'm cooking my shrimp 2 minutes per side in that olive oil. But I season my shrimp with lemon zest, a pinch of salt, black pepper. I removed the shrimp from the pot and I added 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Once that butter has browned, I added 5 cloves of minced garlic. I allowed that to cook for a minute, and then I added 4 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Use fresh lemon juice. Lemons are inexpensive, 39 cents. Just add 4 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. You can add more or less to your liking. And then I'm going to add my seasoning blend. So my seasoning blend is salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. I only used a little bit of salt, and I was more pepper heavy and garlic powder heavy because the brininess and the saltiness from the capers will add like a real salty, a salty taste to the sauce. So we don't want to add a lot of salt to our sauce. I'm going to add 1 cup of low sodium chicken broth. I'm going to allow that to simmer for a while, and then I'm going to add 2 heaping tablespoons of capers. Capers are about $1.99 a can. We're not even using a whole can, so inexpensive. So I'm going to allow that to simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then I'm going to add 3 more tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm going to allow that to simmer for another about 4 minutes, and then I'll add my linguine noodles and my shrimp, and then you have this beautiful pasta dish. Okay, so how's everything? Is it delicious? It's good, y'all. Yes. It took me some time to get it together, but we got it together. So I got the pot here with the seafood, he eat the chicken with the mushrooms. We got the rainbow salad. We're getting it together. I know you guys hear the air in the background, but it's all good. I know you can still hear me. How the chicken taste, baby? It's good, y'all. Thank you. Y'all, you hear that? It's good, y'all, and it didn't take that long to cook. So until next time, love you guys. Mwah. Thank you again for watching Robin's Kitchen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.